What if there was physical evidence that Jesus actually came back from the dead? The Shroud of Turin is what we're talking about here. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, but it showed up on Joe Rogan's podcast. Eddie Bravo got into it. There's a lot of controversy to this, so I'll add my commentary. Let's get into the clip, and you guys give me your comments down below. Tell me what you think about all this. Is it real? Is it fake? Is it, let's see.
The Joe Rogan Experience.
When you had Mel Gibson on your podcast the other day, he brought up the Shroud of Turin.
Yeah.
And I always thought that was fake. Like in the 80s.
What is that, Eddie?
The Shroud, it's like the cloth that Jesus was buried in and left an image of him.
Uh-huh.
And in the 80s, like 1988, they did carbon dating on it. And they go, oh, it's fake. See that?
Yeah, it literally
So
has the image of Jesus burned into it somehow or another.
I never looked into it. I just figured it was fake. But listening to you and Mel Gibson talk about it, I'm like,
it's real?
Is there?
Well, apparently it's a lot older than they assumed when they did the first testing. And one of the problems is that there's cross-contamination. There's also been...
All right, let me pull this thing up so you guys can see it. The Shroud images. Okay. So looks like this is it here. We'll blow it up. Can we blow it up here? You see the whole thing? Come on. So you can see the face. This is what they're talking about here. It looks like on the left, it's all like stains or whatnot, and I think they enhance it on the right so you can see the face, and that's supposed to be the face of Jesus. So this is what they're talking about. Let's see. Let's continue. First off, before we continue, what's your favorite Mel Gibson movie?
Repairs to it, but they did subsequent testing and they found that it was like 2,000 plus years old.
Yeah, and the one thing, it's the most studied artifact ever.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. Like particle physicists, nuclear engineers, they all studied it, and some of them, some believe in it, some don't believe in it, but they all agree on one thing: no one knows how they did it.
Right.
No one
knows
paint,
how they made it.
There's no paint. There's no dye. So, dude, all this week, all day, I'm just watching documentary after podcast on this shit, and it's fucking mind blowing.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Mind blowing.
If it turns out that they can't figure out how anyone could ever do it, like if no one has come up with a theory of how to do that today, that's where it gets really interesting. Because it wasn't paint and it wasn't dye and
they all agree on that.
Wasn't burned.
They all agree it's a mystery. But then the skeptics say, just because we don't know how it was done doesn't make it real, which is a good point. But then the other side's like, dude, all these scientists have no idea how they faked it. It's got to be real. So it's all about how you look at it.
I lean on the side to be real.
There's a nuclear engineer.
Well, that'll be the most fun.
There's a nuclear engineer. You can go on YouTube.
What do you guys think? Do you think it's real, or do you think it's fake, or do you think it is real but not an image of Christ? It's some sort of artwork rendition. We don't know how the art is. You let me know. I'd love to see your comments. Let's continue.
His name is Robert Rucker. Watch his breakdown. This guy's a nuclear dude. He's breaking down the photo. It's insane because it's a negative image on a non-photographic material. It's linen.
Right.
And then it turns out, like if you look at it with the naked eye, it's white, and then you see the image of the face is kind of like yellow. You can barely see it. But in like 1898, some photographer took a picture of it and then flipped and then looked at the negative, and then all of a sudden in the negative, the whole body appears, front and back, because he was buried like with a.
You see the images, Jamie?
He was buried with the sheet under him, and it went around his head. That's the back of him, because he.
Yeah, the right one's the back, and the left one's the front. That's crazy.
No one knows how they did it.
And no scientist. The holes where the wrist would be nailed.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy. That was the thing with Jesus. With me, it's very hard. It was always very hard to believe in Jesus. I'm like, dude, the resurrection, like that's a hard one to wrap your brain around, right? I could believe that he existed. I could believe that he got crucified. A lot of people got crucified, but the resurrection was always the thing that kept me from really believing in Jesus. I'm like,
that's a struggle for most people, and they still crucify people today in some places. It's not good. A terrible way to go. Yeah, that sucks.
No way, the resurrection was real.
But even if this is real, Eddie, it doesn't mean he was resurrected, right? It just means he was crucified and he was an actual real man.
No, the thing is how the image got on. The people that believe that it's real believe that when he was resurrected, some kind of ultraviolet radiation, some kind of burst made that image. That's because that image has never been on any other shroud. People get buried in shrouds all the time. There's never an image like that.
Pretty crazy.
And the crazy thing is the blood, there's no image under the blood. So the blood was there first, and then the image is after. It's crazy shit. Dude, I'm like, I went deep down a rabbit hole all week just watching the skeptics, the scientists, particle physicists. They have no idea how that image.
So, I don't know. Could it be oil and dust? Well, that's kind of weird. I don't know if that's exactly how it works, but I don't know. I'm interested. It's definitely 2,000 years old. Is it real? Is it actually imprint of Jesus Christ, or is it an imprint of a person, or is it completely fabricated and not 2,000 years old? I don't know. You tell me down in the description below, down in the comments. You let me know what you think of this. Is it real? Is it fake? Is it made up? Or is it something bigger? I'll see you guys in the next video. Subscribe.